Democratic committee. Now, I'd like to ask for the approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda. Second.
Discussion? All right, vote. All in favor to approve the agenda? Agenda approved. Now, this meeting is in response to a letter sent to the Board of Commissioners regarding Ms. Gilmore. In part, it states, the Board of Commission unanimously included in its vote a request that the Board of Elections and Registration review the enclosed documents and take appropriate action in regard to Ms. Gilmore's continued service on the Board of Elections to address this situation.
Turn on the whole thing in 15 minutes.
We're here to, I'm asking the board to please.
Can y'all speak up some?
Turn your mics on.
The mics ain't on.
You can't turn them on without turning on the whole system.
Can we do that?
It'll take about 10
Can you
minutes.
hear me now?
I got time.
No, I think people can speak up.
Okay,
If they
so,
speak up, that's fine.
okay, I'm waiting to hear response from the board.
A response from the board. That one.
Mr. Ransom has something to say.
Mr. Chairman, I realize that in any discussion, there are differences of opinion. That these opinions does not and should not affect the loyalty of anyone to the board or any institution that they are part of. In view of the facts that I have pertaining to my possession, they are very disturbing to me. And therefore, Mr. Chairman, I'm making a motion to call for the resignation of Mrs. Ellen Gilmore, and that this resignation be submitted within 72 hours. In the event that the written resignation not submitted by Ms. Gilmore, I would further move that this board authorize the chairman of the Board of Election and Registrar to request the Troup County Board of Commissioners to join with this board to take action.
Is there a second?
No, there is not a second to that, and I object to that. I have never seen that piece of paper that was just read. I've been provided nothing of that.
I would second that, and then we would discuss.
Okay, Mr. Cameron seconds it. Okay, discussion?
Yes, I'd like to say that in relation to that letter that was written to the chair here, that it was filled with opinions, allegations, appearances, and expressed in the letter, and that the documents on which that was based were private correspondence. And among that, because of the privacy of that correspondence being disseminated to the public in the form of an open records request, I have included for plenty of material for each of you to discuss this in its fullness. I will not be part of a kangaroo court here as a member of this board, duly elected and appointed under the state auspices of the Secretary of State in the state of Georgia. That will not happen. And in addition to that, I have a presentation here, and I've provided all board members with documents of what was included in the documents of my personal correspondence was that was released by this county with a document request by Mr. Scott Smith. And Scott Smith received 438 pages of private correspondence from me. The request was made even for my husband, who is a private citizen, of which I don't know at this point what was provided under that request.
I'd like to keep the discussion simply to you.
The discussion is about me, and I intend to see the discussion is full, if I may. Now, I want to ask here, is anyone on this board qualified and certified to superintend the election process in Troup County?
Point of order. Are we ready to take this to a vote? I will put this to a vote.
I object to this railroading.
Would you like to make a motion to object?
Yes, I'll make a motion to amend.
Is there anyone who will second this motion to object? Let's take this to the vote. Now, motion to call for the resignation of Miss Ellen Gilmore and that this resignation be submitted within 72 hours. In the event the written resignation is not submitted by Miss Gilmore, I would further move that this board authorize the chairman of the Board of Elections and Registration to request the Troup County Board of Commissioners join with the BER to take action. Is there a second?
There's not a vote yet on the first motion. You're out of order.
I believe the chairman simply restated the first one, the motion.
I'm
to call
restating the
for.
first motion we are about to vote.
I think that there needs to be further discussion about this, and I will ask this board right now, has anybody on this board discussed this with anybody outside this board before this resolution was put forward?
Your objection was noted and no one supported your objection.
I submit that there is not enough discussion here about this, that the board has already predetermined and has been influenced to, with this resolution or this motion that you have provided for them. And obviously there's been some discussion about this apart from the information that this board needs. And I contend that in this discussion. Now, there have been public things made public by the chair of this board. I have made nothing public. And the allegations in this letter from the Troup County Board of Commissioners, extremely concerned. Yes, I'm extremely concerned about my 438 pages of emails being provided without discretion under a very broad open records request. I am also concerned that they then give their opinion that the intent is to undermine the operations of this board. My intent has been to see that this board operates under the law and to see that the election laws are abided by. And I have gone to the very person, and people now you have the communications. And if you've read them in their context, you see that if I am guilty of anything, it's going to the one person in this county, Judge Donald Boyd, who knows something about running elections, of which this board knows very little. And that is by their own admission at the first meeting. Now, if I'm guilty of anything, it is seeking information and seeking direction so that this board can make informed decisions. I have been accused as a result of those emails in the public of being responsible for the resignation of the previous election supervisor. There is nothing further from the truth about that. You have in your packet, which I provided for you, a copy of Ms. Hyatt's resignation. I have been accused by the management of this county government of being responsible for that, and that is not true. And
Well,
you have a
thank you for your
copy
time.
of that.
Thank you for your time.
I want to know the basis for
I would like to put this
this.
to a vote. Now, all in favor of the motion to call for the resignation of Ms. Ellen Gilmore, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion has moved. I would like to adjourn.
Just for the record, I'm not sure that you might want to do a raise of hands just to be.
Okay, we'll take a raise of hands now. Would you please raise your hands to approve this motion? Thank you.
Opposed.
And Ms. Gilmore opposed.
Thank you.
And a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of adjournment? the meeting is
No,
adjourned.
you need to ask, is there
If there
anybody
is-
opposed?
Is there anyone opposed?
I'm opposed to the adjournment of this meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, let's,